Markle's story. Marcus Anderson. I know, I've seen his name in my comment section a lot, so I know that you might have heard his name thrown around as Meghan's so-called quote-unquote best friend.
In the freezing first days of 2026, while most people were still recovering from New Year parties, shocking photos hit the internet. On a rainy Los Angeles street outside a private, low-key hotel, a woman with her face half hidden by a designer scarf hurried through a side door. 10 minutes later, a well-known man followed behind her. It looked secretive, and the cameras caught just enough to spark drama fast. Welcome to Retrover, where power, secrets, and history collide. If you're into deep stories that shake the surface, make sure you hit subscribe and don't miss what's coming next. The blurry shots spread everywhere, and one question blew up from London to California. Why was the Duchess meeting this man alone while her husband was nowhere around? The man was Markus Anderson from the Soho House circle. The woman was Meghan Markle. That alone raised eyebrows. But the real issue was the timing. Just hours earlier, a journalist promised to reveal a serious secret that allegedly started before the royal wedding and lasted long after the vows. And Prince Harry? Silent. No public defense, no bold move. Rumors claimed he quietly flew to Toronto, searching for answers. Was he fighting for his marriage or bracing for the truth? As 2026 kicked off, the mood did not feel hopeful. Even around the Montecito mansion, the air felt tense. Then a sharp message hit social media and spread worldwide in minutes. The source was Piers Morgan, long known for going after the Duchess of Sussex. But this time, there was no loud TV rant, no shouting, just a short, icy statement that landed hard. On his personal account, he claimed he had explosive evidence about a hidden connection between Meghan Markle and Markus Anderson of Soho House. He did not frame it as a small mistake from the past. He hinted it may have continued even after the royal wedding ring was on her finger. Then he wrote, "Just wait a little longer. The truth is about to be exposed." That line sent shockwaves everywhere. Within 30 minutes, the post passed 1.2 million views. From London to Los Angeles, people started asking the same thing. Why now? What was coming next? By sharing no proof, no dates, no documents, he let the silence do the work. The internet began digging into Markus Anderson, a man often seen in the background but always close to Meghan's world. Suddenly, his name was front and centre. Markus Anderson, a Canadian man of Jamaican descent, was known as the gatekeeper of Soho House, the private club where billionaires, celebrities and power players meet behind closed doors. He moved in rooms most people will never see.
Yes, we first met. We were introduced actually by a mutual friend who
We should protect her privacy and
protect her
not
privacy, yeah.
reveal too much of that.
And but it was literally it was through her.
From a public relations standpoint, changing the gender of the mutual friend from him, Marcus, to an unnamed female friend could have been a deliberate strategic move.
Old photos from 2014 and 2016 suddenly resurfaced. In one, Meghan smiles beside him at a private event. In another, his hand rests on her shoulder. At the time, it looked like simple friendship and smart networking. He was even said to have helped her enter elite London circles. Now, under this new spotlight, those same photos felt different. Every smile looked calculated. Every touch sparked debate. Headlines pushed one sharp question. If it was only professional, why call it a dark secret? Why mention the wedding ring unless there was something more? As days passed, pressure exploded. Some said this was another attack meant to damage Meghan's name. Others argued the timing was too exact to ignore and demanded answers fast. What caught attention was the silence. No quick legal move. No strong public defense, and from Montecito, nothing but quiet. That quiet felt heavy. Piers Morgan waited 48 hours before posting again, saying, "The truth doesn't run away." He gave no details, just tension. Rumors grew bigger, and the perfect love story image started to crack. Then came a new voice from inside the family. From Florida, Samantha Markle stepped in again. This time she made direct claims, choosing the exact moment when the drama was at its peak, pushing the story into even more serious territory. Just hours after Markus Anderson's name was dragged into the rumours, Samantha posted a long, carefully written message online. She said she would not stay silent while the world searched through a past she claimed to know well. Then she made a shocking allegation that made social media freeze for a second before exploding with reactions. Samantha claimed that when she was 19, long before fame or royal life, her sister went through a very private chapter and stepped away from public view for months. She described it as a full retreat from friends and attention. She alleged that a baby boy was born and later adopted by another family, and that the situation was kept secret for years. The claim hit like a storm. She then linked Markus to that same time period, hinting he was closer to her sister's life back then than people realised. With that, the drama shifted from online rumours to intense family accusations overnight. Samantha did not stop there. In an interview with a digital royal channel, she spoke calmly but firmly. She said the truth had been buried too long and mentioned private calls and meetings that now felt suspicious to her. Then she pointed toward London, alleging that during early marriage reviews, a past medical record was flagged. That claim pushed the story into even deeper waters.
Might start to wonder, was this purely social or was there a strategic motivation? Was Meghan actively networking to move into royal circles?
Samantha described what she called a quiet, private meeting where Princess Anne allegedly asked direct and difficult questions. The way she told it made everything sound tense and serious, pulling the royal household into drama it had never publicly addressed. With that claim, the story jumped from family conflict to royal-level stakes overnight. She alleged Princess Anne was shocked by what she supposedly reviewed, but said officials stayed silent to protect the monarchy's image during a sensitive time. Suddenly, this was not just about 2026 rumours, it became talk of secrets reaching back decades. Online, theories exploded. Some questioned whether the royal family had ever heard such claims before. Others wondered if private fears played a role in the move to North America. None of it was proven, but the debate moved fast and loud. The internet turned into a research frenzy. People searched old records trying to connect names, dates, and locations. Marcus Anderson trended as users looked for links between Florida and Canada. Supporters strongly rejected Samantha's accusations, calling them baseless and demanding real proof. Critics stayed divided, and the detailed claims kept the controversy alive and intense. To publicly claim a medical report existed and to name Princess Anne directly was a massive risk. Many people argued that no one would make accusations like that without believing they had something strong behind it. Headlines carried a heavy tone, like something huge was about to break at any moment. By now, the focus had shifted away from current rumours to decades-old allegations. A woman once praised as a modern royal figure was now being accused of hiding a life-changing secret for over 20 years. Right at the centre stood Princess Anne, known for discipline and silence. Her refusal to comment split opinion. Some saw strength, others saw protection. Pressure on the monarchy climbed fast. As the claims spread, the silence from Buckingham Palace felt louder each day. The public was not only debating truth anymore, they were asking why the institution had not stepped in to address the growing storm tied to an alleged past adoption story. Media attention locked onto Princess Anne. Reporters waited outside her residence for days, cameras ready for any sign.
The less attention drawn to Marcus in this role, the less scrutiny there is over the influence in Meghan's ascent.
Then, on the fourth day after Samantha's interview, a sudden announcement dropped. Princess Anne would hold an unexpected press conference at Kensington Palace. For someone who avoids media drama, that decision alone sent shockwaves everywhere. The press room filled in minutes. Journalists flew in from London, New York and beyond. Cameras lined the walls. And the tension felt thick as the doors opened. Princess Anne walked in wearing a sharp navy suit, calm and focused. No smile, no small talk, just business. When she began speaking, her voice was steady and firm. She said she had devoted her life to duty and would never take part in cover-ups or allow her name to be dragged into what she called media games. Addressing the alleged medical report directly, she stated clearly that no such document had ever been presented to her as claimed. Every word landed heavy in the silent room. She went further, firmly denying any secret meeting about a teenage pregnancy. Then came the shock. Instead of ending the statement, she announced a guest waiting inside the palace. Jonathan Hale. Jonathan, a British film director known for independent films in the mid-2000s, stepped forward looking serious. He claimed that in 2014 and 2015, while Meghan was building her career in the UK, Markus Anderson contacted him repeatedly. According to Jonathan, Markus pushed strongly for Meghan to land a leading role in a film tied to Soho House connections. Jonathan said he was offered major financial backing, but with a clear condition that she be cast as the lead. He described intense pressure linked to funding circles. When he suggested a supporting role instead, he claimed the support was suddenly uncertain. He added that Meghan and Markus appeared closely aligned and strategic at events. His statements added new heat to an already explosive situation, leaving the room divided and stunned. They were intimate in a way that left no room for any other interpretation, Jonathan told The Silent Room. He described whispered talks in dark corners and private jokes that shut everyone else out. He even recalled a backstage moment where Markus held her in a way he felt looked far too personal for simple business partners. It was not just a friendship, Jonathan said. It was a partnership that crossed professional lines. Reporters started shouting questions as cameras flashed wildly, but Princess Anne raised her hand and the room went quiet instantly. She delivered one final statement. The royal family, she said, does not hide wrongdoing, but it also will not support what she called fabricated stories. She made it clear the institution would not be dragged into media chaos. Then she walked out without taking questions, leaving pure tension behind. Jonathan offered no physical proof, yet his words pushed the debate to another level. What started as one online post in early 2026 had turned into a global storm, shaking public trust and headlines everywhere. It all traced back to that rainy Los Angeles night, a private hotel with no name, a woman in a designer scarf slipping through a side door. 10 minutes later, Markus Anderson followed. When those blurry photos hit the internet, one question exploded worldwide. Why was the Duchess meeting him alone just hours before a promised expose about a secret tied to the past? Then came the question everyone whispered. Where was Prince Harry? The man who once promised to protect his wife without hesitation was suddenly silent. No statement, no legal warning, just quiet. Rumours claim that while Meghan was at the hotel, Harry had quietly flown to Toronto looking for answers. Was he trying to repair his marriage or preparing for something bigger? What began as one photo had now turned into a scandal that would not slow down. The first days of 2026 felt tense, not hopeful. Even in Montecito, the mood seemed heavy. Then a sharp post appeared online and spread worldwide within minutes. The source was Piers Morgan, known for his strong criticism of the Duchess. This time there was no shouting on television, just a calm message on his personal account. He claimed he had serious evidence involving Meghan Markle and Markus Anderson. He hinted it was not just about the past, but possibly after the royal wedding. Then he wrote, "Just wait a little longer."
If Markus set them up, it would highlight his role as a power broker rather than just a fun friend. It would also make it seem like their meeting was part of an elite networking opportunity, which could undercut the more romanticized version that Meghan has crafted.
The Reeds. Truth is about to be exposed. Within 30 minutes, the post crossed 1.2 million views, and the debate exploded again. Royal fan pages, critics, and casual viewers all reacted at once. Why drop this now? And what could be so serious to deserve such a dramatic warning? Piers Morgan knows how modern media works. He understands that silence can push people to imagine more than any headline ever could. By offering no photos, no documents, and no timeline, he left space for speculation. And speculation spread fast. The name Markus Anderson, once barely noticed by the wider public, suddenly became a trending topic. To some, he seemed like a background figure, but longtime royal watchers knew he had been present during key moments of Meghan's rise. Markus, a Canadian businessman tied to Soho House, moved in elite circles filled with executives and celebrities. Old photos from 2014 and 2016 resurfaced quickly. In one, Meghan smiles beside him at a private event. In another, his hand rests on her shoulder. Years ago, those images looked like simple friendship or smart networking. Now, under intense scrutiny, they were viewed differently. Every detail was analysed. Headlines pushed one question again and again. If it was only professional, why call it a dark secret? And why bring up the wedding ring unless something more was being suggested? As the days passed, the pressure turned intense. Public opinion split sharply. One side argued this was another planned attack meant to damage a woman who had challenged powerful systems. They pointed to Piers Morgan's long history of criticism and said this was nothing new. To them, it was just noise without solid proof. The other side stayed quiet and watched carefully. They noticed there were no quick legal filings, no sudden court action, supportive media pieces seemed slower than usual, and from Montecito there was silence. That silence became a story on its own. Then, exactly 48 hours later, Piers posted again. He wrote that he was in no hurry because the truth doesn't run away. The message was brief, but it hit hard. By spacing out his comments, he let tension build and speculation grow. What started as a rumour now felt like a serious storm around a once glowing love story. Just when it seemed the drama could not rise higher, another voice stepped forward. From Florida, Samantha Markle entered the spotlight again. This time she shared a long message filled with direct allegations. She said she would no longer stay quiet about a past she claimed to know firsthand. Her main claim was so serious that social media froze for a moment before erupting with reactions. Samantha alleged that when her sister was 19, long before fame or royal life, she became pregnant. According to Samantha, there was a 6-month stretch when she stepped fully out of public view. She described it as a deliberate retreat from friends, family, and attention, not just a simple pause. She further claimed a baby boy was born and later adopted by another family, and that the situation stayed private for over 20 years. The accusation poured new intensity into an already heated controversy. For years, the Duchess had publicly spoken about motherhood and protecting her children. Now, that image was being questioned in a deeply personal way. Samantha argued that if her story were accurate, it would not only reshape the past, but also challenge the present public narrative. She then linked Marcus Anderson directly to that period, suggesting he was closely connected to that chapter of her sister's early life. She even called him the keeper of the most dangerous secret in their family history, a phrase that immediately caught attention. To push her claims further, Samantha sat down for a digital interview focused on royal coverage. Calm but emotional, she said she did not want to cause harm, but insisted the truth had been buried too long. She mentioned late-night calls and private meetings that she now viewed as meaningful. Then she raised the stakes again by naming Princess Anne. Samantha alleged that during early marriage background reviews, an old medical record was flagged in a routine process. According to her claim, Princess Anne became aware of it. With that, the story moved beyond family accusations and into senior royal territory, turning online rumour into a global storm. With that allegation, everything shifted. The focus was no longer just about a rumoured 2026 connection. It became about claims of secrecy reaching back to the 1990s. Online debates exploded as people questioned whether anyone in royal circles had ever known about such personal history. None of these theories were confirmed, but they spread at lightning speed. Internet users started digging through old newspaper archives, searching for adoption notices or timelines that matched the claims. The name Marcus Anderson surged in searches as people tried linking Florida to Canada. Forums filled with screenshots, timelines, and side-by-side comparisons as amateur investigators jumped in. Samantha's words pushed the situation from gossip into full family conflict. Supporters of the Duchess strongly rejected the accusations, calling them unproven and unfair. They stressed there were no verified documents, no public records, no solid proof. Still, even some skeptics admitted the level of detail kept the story alive and unsettling. To publicly claim a medical record existed and to name Princess Anne directly was a bold and risky move. Some argued no one would take that chance without believing in their claims. Others said it was reckless and harmful. The public remained sharply divided. In the end, this story grew bigger than headlines. It became a clash over truth, loyalty, image, and power. Questions are still hanging in the air, and until clear evidence appears, the debate will not fully settle. Now I want to hear from you. Do you think this is calculated chaos, or is there more waiting to be revealed? Drop your thoughts in the comments. If you enjoyed this deep dive, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with others following this royal drama.